Well, good morning. Welcome to our solo walk for June 24th. Coffee's on. I've been thinking about what I wanted to say in this video. But first off, before I get into anything, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's subscribed and liked any of my videos, commented, and that I do appreciate it. Like I've said before, I'm not doing it for building a huge channel or making money off this or anything else. I'm just doing this to share my thoughts and to maybe just get you to look at things a little different than what we've been programmed to look at them as, and maybe think a little critically for yourself instead of following the herd and following the masses and listening to the diktats of the dictators. Anyway, again, I just want to say thank you, and I do appreciate it, because it is nice to know that there is a few people out there that maybe think along the same lines as I am, and that, but yeah, anyway. So like I said, I've been thinking about what I was going to say in this video, and I've had lots going through my head. But I think what I'm going to do is just read to you from my journal some of the thoughts that have come to me while I've been sitting quiet and meditating, if you will, or praying, or just sitting quiet, however you want to describe it. Like I've said before, how you describe it is inconsequential. It's that you do just sit quiet and listen, and maybe just quit asking for all the things, and just appreciate what you have, where you are. But anyway, so I just thought I'd read a little bit of what's been the last few days, and maybe comment on it a bit if I come up with something else. But as I've been sitting around, one there, are you ready? Are you ready for more centralization of power, more control, less self-sufficiency? Are you ready for the consequences of your actions or your inactions, or your acquiescing to the power that want to be? Are you ready for that? Are you ready for the lack of your personal sovereignty? Are you ready for the collapse of society? For the financial system collapse, the governmental systems collapse, and for the collapse of democracy, for the collapse of family. They're pushing for all of this. Are you ready for further destruction of your health through foods, medicine, chemicals in your food, water, the air? Are you ready for that? Are you ready for more war, more division, more isolation? Are you ready for less good, nutritious foods? Like I said, the food part of it is, they're trying to eliminate our whole food sources. and pushing all this artificial shit our way. Are you ready for that? Are you prepared for that? Are you ready for more control of your movement? Are you ready to be trapped in a digital cage? You know, and as I thought about all those there, I says, well, you know, I've give all that thought, and I've made up my mind on most of that, if not all of it, and already decided which way I'm going. But again, that's your choice, and not which way you're going. But I thought, well, you know, what do we do to prepare or to be ready for this kind of stuff? Or how do we stand against it or that? So as I thought on that and meditated on it, and that, what come to me is like I've said many times, but do what you can with what you have where you're at, you know. Do what you can with what you have where you're at. You know, truth doesn't need a stage. It needs a voice. You know, you don't need to stand up and make a big issue of it, and big center of attention and that. But just let your words be your truth. And your actions. Like, you know, you can't just talk the walk. You got to walk the talk too. You don't need to do everything. Just do something. You know, again, start with where you're at. And a revolution doesn't start from out there somewhere. It doesn't start from out there. Revolution starts within. And it starts inside you. Stop outsourcing your power. You know, we give away so much of our sovereignty, of our anonymity, I guess it is. Even our autonomy, we give that away. And that. But just stop outsourcing that. Start taking responsibility for yourself, for what you say, what you do, what you think. Take the responsibility for it. Quit pointing fingers. Quit blaming somebody else. You know, quit blaming circumstances. Quit blaming everything else. Take responsibility for yourself. And stop waiting for perfect conditions. You know, oh, I'll do it when I get this, or I'll, you know, I can do that when I retire. I can do this when I get more money, or I can do this when, whatever. Like, you know, stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Start where you're at. Take that first step. Start your solo walk. Because it is a solo walk. Make the decisions and take the responsibility for yourself. And that, yes, you're not alone in this realm, in this reality, in this earth. And we're all part of the same consciousness. And we co-create together. But it's the solo walk is where it starts. You have to know yourself, love yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. So start asking yourself the questions, who am I? What am I? What am I willing to give up? What am I willing to not give up? Yeah. So, you know, on that, like, are you willing to challenge your perception of reality? challenge your programming. Oh, there goes a helicopter over. You can hear that. I imagine you can. And that making a little bit of noise. But are you ready to create something new? Just to be. Not to be what you've been told to be, not to be what society's told you to be, not to be what religion's told you to be, not to be what the government tells you to be, but just to be who you are and what you are. You're already enough. You just need to come to that understanding and awareness of that. Just quit trying to be something you're not and what you were never meant to be. I think, yeah. Yeah. And quit processing events and manipulations of what's going on and the narratives on feelings over facts. You know, you see that a lot. I see that a lot. People go on their feelings and not on the facts, and that, and don't, and be use great discernment on the facts too, because many things that are said to be facts are untruths, are not facts. They're fictions. So use discernment on that too. Trust your intuition, trust your heart, trust your spirit. There's difficult times coming ahead, I think, and that. But it's a great time to be alive, to be inhabiting this meat suit. I think we're here for a purpose. The purpose is to bring about that the new world, I guess. And that, I really think so. So, you know, I think just to close it up for today, and that is, I invite you to explore the true reality of who you are, to become the best version of yourself, and to co-create a higher frequency, vibrational, spirit-filled world, to help co-create that new world, to stop the competition and start the cooperation, to rise above all the noise and to see things as they truly are. It's a lot to take in, it's a lot to see, but all that noise that's out there is just to keep you distracted from understanding and becoming aware of who you are, what you are. Anyway, we'll leave her there. That's just sharing some of my journaling for this week and what's the last few days and what's come to me. So I hope that resonates with some of you, or with at least one of you. I hope. But anyway, give your loved ones a hug. Tell them they're loved. Take a look at yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself you got this. Know you're loved. We love you. We'll be back again. Be blessed. Have a great day. Bye-bye.